Yeah, you already know who it is, man. Fabdon, Gadron, TDF Records, man. The Don Familia, rocking with my main man, Mikey T, the movie star. We go way back, and we working, man. You know, report card radio. My report always been good, always been A1.
Fabdon, man, it's dope to finally have you on the channel for an exclusive interview.
Absolutely.
You know, I want to take it all the way back though, man. You're actually from Queens, New York?
Southside Jamaica, Queens to be exact.
Southside Jamaica, Queens, man. I want you to tell me about growing up in Queens. You know, I've been out there a number of times, but could you tell me about how it was actually growing up in New York?
It's a lot of motivation, a lot of opportunity. You know, I've always felt like states like New York and Cali and Atlanta always provided you with a hope in the sense of making it somewhere far in life. So that's what I was exposed to as a young person, and that's just always been my main focus as far as I want to be something, and I feel like where I grew up plays a major part in that. So if I had to answer that question, that's how I would answer it with as far as like that's how I grew up. On a personal sense, you know, I'm from the mud, you know, I'm from the bottom. I grew up single parent, streets, poverty, all that bad shit that I don't even want to get into, but you know, it's a similar story.
So Fab, what was it that actually first introduced you to the music? Like when did you first start getting introduced to music?
My mother, man, my mother always, she always played a lot of music in the house, and she was very into music. She actually rapped herself, and you know, just being around that, like I said, I grew up in like in a single parent household, so me and my mother was real close. So whatever she was doing, I was doing. So that kind of grew on me like that.
So Fab, was making music something you were like easily able to do, or was it hard like actually getting yourself to the studio, getting beats, finding videographers?
As time went by, a lot of more resources came through, obviously. But even at the beginning of things, I wouldn't say like I had a hard problem because I like the tender age of 13, my mother provided everything for me. Like she believed in me, and she had me in the studio. She had me doing shows. She had me doing photo shoots. You know, all these resources that, you know, artists my age or older still can't come across, you know? So it's like I'm very developed and I always had these resources in my corner. And it's been times where it's been easy to grasp and it's been times where it wasn't easy and I had to, you know, risk my freedom for it to make it happen.
So Fab, how do you feel about, you know, how do you feel like you're going to adjust musically now knowing that the Brooklyn drill rap is taking over in New York?
I specialize in versatility. So I'm very versatile and I don't feel like I have no problem adjusting at that whatsoever.
Do you feel like that's what it is though, Fab? Like is that what it is about Brooklyn drill? Is it like an influence from Chicago rap scene?
I really feel like New York put its own twist on it. And I think the only thing you can really compare is that, like, you know, talking about the opposites, which obviously my generation labels as ops. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with the term. That's the only really comparison, but New York is New York, Chicago is Chicago, and I feel like there's a very big difference between their drill scene and our drill scene.
So when you were first coming up, Fab, who were some of the artists that actually inspired you?
I mean, my first rap and artist I fell in love with, I guess, would be Redman. You know, and it was like he had this song like my first name must be Hinch, because when I'm driving in the car, be like Hinch, I'll be that. That's what the song was called actually. So that's what kind of grew up on me. That's what kind of grew on me, and I was into that. So I would say Redman. I would say Redman. 50. 50 played a major part. Like I fell in love with the whole G Unit era. 50. Fab, Binks. Those are artists that was like big on me. Yeah, like it's just like it's kind of hard because, you know, I got so much respect for Nas and I like him, but I didn't really start listening to him until like 3-4 years ago. Like I didn't hear Illmatic. That obviously was before my time. Illmatic dropped around 94, and I was born in 92, so I didn't really the legends that people consider greats. It's like I guess everybody has their own time because like 50 Cent is the legend of my era. He's like a legend of my era. Jay-Z.
One of the major things that you started doing was you started attracting attention from some notable people in the music industry, some notable people actually in New York. And we're going to go over that right now, Fab. But what do you most remember about it starting to, get a buzz in New York once you started making music? Was it because of the projects that you would release, or was it more based on the singles, or what was it about your buzz?
My buzz was, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know. All I remember, you know me, I keep it straight funky. All I remember is like putting the Love Is Love mixtape together, a Love Is Love project together. And I actually worked with you on the whole project as far as giving you a budget. I'm like, yo, you sure you can do this for me? Got the phone call from my man E-Mac from Southside that was real close with Chaz at the time. Like, yo, Chaz is putting this project together. He's grabbing all the Queens artists. That's hot. He wants you. So we met with him, right? And I'm going to tell you a funny story because I know you love these shits, right? So I'm in the studio and I'm telling my man, Trigger, I know you're very familiar with. I'm like, yo, Chaz is coming through. He wants to meet us. He wants to work with us. And he's like, nah. Trigger like, nah, we can't meet with him, man. He line 50. He'll line us, you heard? And I'm like, what? Are you crazy? You bugging, man. It's like an opportunity of a lifetime. I was just watching this guy on American Gangster. Understand what I'm saying? So it's like I knew who he was. So, I did what I did. I met with him. And yeah, he told me like he changed the whole game. He said, you know what? I don't want to do the mixtape no more with the Queens artists. I want to just focus on you and work on you. Know what I mean? Like I feel like I could do. He saw a lot of potential in me. RP, God bless his soul.